Hare Krishna, welcome to Caritamrta class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuronvitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Srī Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sachivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschantyade Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, welcome everyone. We are continuing our discussion from Srī Caitanya Caritāmrta. We are on chapter 20th, entitled Lord Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Sanatana Goswami in the signs of absolute truth. In this chapter, we have heard Kaviraj Goswami describes how Sanatana Goswami, he bribed the jailer with 7,000 gold coins and he left. He escaped. On the way, he went to a place which was very hilly, and that place is at Patada. There he met with a landlord. He could not go through the main way because he was a prisoner. He had ran away. He requested this landlord to help him cross this hilly area. This landlord had an astrologer, palmist, and he's told that this person, he has 8 gold coins. So this landlord became very, very favorable, respectful. Sanatana Goswami, he had a political background. He understood there is something which is looking fishy here. He asked his servant, Ishan, you have something with you? He said, yes, I have 7 gold coins. So he chastised his servant and took the 7 gold coins and gave to the landlord. And ultimately, the landlord helped him cross the region. Again, he asked Sanatana Goswami, he asked Ishan, because the landlord had told that, I already knew you have 8 gold coins. So Sanatana Goswami, he asked Ishan, do you have any more gold coins? He said, yes, I have one more. Sanatana Goswami became very angry. He chastised him, sent him back. He traveled alone. Then, after traveling for some time, he reached Hajipur. And in Hajipur, his brother-in-law, Srikanta, was staying. Srikanta requested him to stay for 2 days. Sanatana Goswami said, I can't stay even for a moment. Srikant gave him a very costly-looking woolen blanket. Sanatana Goswami proceeded. He reached Varanasi. And he came to know that Lord is at the house of Chandrasekhar, Lord Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He arrived at the house of Chandrasekhar. He was standing outside. Sanatana Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Lord, in everyone's heart. He told Chandrasekhar, you go and find out if there is some Vaishnava outside. Chandrasekhar came out and found that there is no Vaishnava. There is a Muslim mendicant, Darvesh. Mahaprabhu said, whoever he is, bring him in. Mahaprabhu, he embraced Sanatana Goswami and praised him for his wonderful devotional service. He said, I am embracing you for my own purification. Atma pavitrite. Prabhu kahe toma sparshi atma pavitrite. Bhakti bale paratumi brahmanda shodhite. In this way, Mahaprabhu glorified Sanatana Goswami by using very wonderful verses. The perfection of eyes is to take darshan of Vaishnava. Perfection of the limbs is to touch the lotus feet of Vaishnava. Perfection of the tongue is to glorify a Vaishnava, because Vaishnavas are very, very, very rare. Akshno phalam tva drishadarshanam hi tano phalam tva drishagatra sanga jihva phalam tva drishakirtanam hi sudurlabha bhagavata hi loke. So in this way, we discussed till verse number 63. Now we'll continue from verse number 64. Sanatana Goswami, when he heard that, oh, Mahaprabhu told that Krishna is so very merciful, he has delivered you from very, very hellish situation. Maharauro hite korile tomar uddhar kripar samudra Krishna gambhira par. Sanatana Goswami says, oh my Lord, as far as I am concerned, I don't know who is Krishna. But I know that by your mercy, I have been released from the prison. Sanatan kahe Krishna mi nahi jani, amar uddhar hetu tumar kripa mani. Only by your mercy, I have been released from the prison. I don't know Krishna. So that is the mood of a devotee. One time, Bhavananda Prabhu, one of the Prabhupada disciples, senior Prabhupada disciples, he was talking to one devotee, one of the very senior devotees in ISKCON, and he asked, do you know who is Krishna? So this devotee, he was a little confused what to say because such a great personality is asking. He said, yes, Prabhuji, I have heard, I have read, I know a little bit about Krishna. Bhavananda said, oh, you are so fortunate. As far as I am concerned, I don't know who is Krishna. I know only Srila Prabhupada. He delivered us. So that is the mood of a devotee. A devotee never claims that he knows Krishna. He always understands that only by the mercy of spiritual master and the parampara, he is delivered. He has some hope. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and all our acharyas, we have received this wonderful process of Krishna consciousness. We have no qualification. As one devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what was our qualification that we got this wonderful process of Krishna consciousness? Prabhupada said, you had no qualification. I made your qualification. So we have no qualification to serve Krishna, to know Krishna, only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Acharyas, by the mercy of Krishna himself. Guru Krishna Kripaye Paye Bhaktilata Beach. We have received this creeper of Bhaktilata, Bhakti, creeper of devotion. So as a result, we should always be grateful. If we are not grateful, it is said we are great fools. We know the patram. If somebody thinks that I can repay the debt of whatever I have received from spiritual master, he is a joker. He is making fun of himself. We can only express our gratitude by following what they have told and by preaching to others, by bringing others closer to Krishna. Otherwise, we can never ever repay the debt. It is said in the Bhagavatam, even if somebody gets a life of Brahma, even if somebody is a great, great poet, still he cannot write down what all things the Lord is doing for us. Naivopayantyapachitiam kavayastavesha brahmayushapi kritamruddhamudam smarantah antarbahisthanuvritam ashubham vidunvan acharya chaitya vapusha swagatim vyanakti. Naiva upayanti apachitim. We cannot express our gratitude sufficiently. Kavayas tavesha, even if somebody is a great poet. Brahma ayusha, even if somebody gets life of Brahma. Because the Lord is working from inside and from outside. Antarbahistanu Shubham Vidunun. He's himself cleaning our heart. The most menial service of cleaning. It is, nobody likes to do this cleaning service. But Lord is so very great that He is Himself doing this cleaning of the heart of His devotee. From inside, He is directing as Paramatma, and from outside, He is guiding as spiritual master. Acharya Chaitya Vapusha. So that's the glory of spiritual masters. That's the glory of Krishna. And that's the mood of a devotee. Devotee never feels I am directly connected to Krishna. Sanatana Goswami is saying the same thing. Krishna ami nahi jani. I don't know who is Krishna, but Amar uddhar hetu tomara kripa mani, because only you have shown your mercy, I am released. So Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sanatana Goswami, how were you released from the prison? Sanatana Goswami explained the entire story from beginning to end. Mahaprabhu told, oh, I met your two brothers, Rupa and Anupam, and now they have gone to Vrindavan. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by his order, Sanatana Goswami met Tapan Mishra also and Chandrasekhar. Tapan Mishra, he extended his invitation to Sanatan. He told, and Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami to get shaved. Prabhupada writes there that Sanatana Goswami, he was looking like a hippie. He looked like a Daravesh or a hippie. A long beard, mustache, long hair. And Mahaprabhu, he immediately asked Sanatana Goswami to get shaved up. So therefore, anyone who is in line of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he should have clean shave, Prabhupada writes there. One time Prabhupada was giving a class and he was telling that Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu has come to save us. So devotees were thinking, shave us or save us? So they asked, Prabhupada, is it shave us or save us? Prabhupada said, Mahaprabhu has come to shave you and save you. So Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami to get shaved, and he called Chandrasekhar and he told Sanatana Goswami to take Sanatana Goswami with him. He took Sanatana Goswami, gave him a nice new dress. Sanatana Goswami, he didn't accept that new dress. That is the mood of a renunciant. Bhalana khaibe or bhalana paribe. Never wearing anything luxurious or attractive, never eating anything which is very, very luxurious. So Sanatana Goswami, he thought, I can't take this new dress. So he requested, and when Mahaprabhu heard this, he was really happy to hear this. Mahaprabhu Bhaktagane Vairagya Pradhan. And Mahaprabhu, when he hears, Satushta Hoya Gaur Bhagavan. Whenever Mahaprabhu would hear the renunciation of his devotees, he would be very, very happy. So this renunciation is integral part of a life of a devotee. To live a life of austerity, to live in a situation which is a little bit not comfortable. Because comfortable situation brings complacency. So devotee should always be in a situation in which he can or she can be stretched to serve Krishna in better and better way. Never be complacent. Complacency is very dangerous. Lethargy and complacency, they are not conducive for the practice of devotional service. So Mahaprabhu, when he heard this, he was very happy. And then Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to the house of Tapan Mishra for lunch, and he told Tapan Mishra, you give prasad to Sanatana Goswami also. Tapan Mishra told Mahaprabhu that Sanatana Goswami has some duties pending. He will take prasad later. I will give him your Mahaprasad. So Mahaprabhu took his lunch, and later Tapan Mishra gave the remnants of Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami. And Sanatana Goswami, when he offered this new cloth when Tapan Mishra offered this new cloth to Sanatana Goswami, he did not accept it, and he spoke, "Oh Tapan Mishra, if you want to give me something, please give me your old cloth. I'll be happy with that." So Tapan Mishra, he gave his old used dhoti. And Sanatan, he tore it into two, made a outer garment and a undergarment open. Mahaprabhu then introduced Sanatana Goswami to this Maharashtrian Brahman and told him to take care of Sanatana Goswami. Maharashtrian Brahman was so very respectful and happy, and he told Sanatana Goswami that for whatever time you are there in Varanasi, please come and take prasad at my home every day, lunch. Sanatana Goswami said, no, I can't do this. I shall practice Madhukari. Why should I go and take prasad at house of one Brahmana every day? So Madhukari means, it comes from the word Madhukar, that is honeybee. Honeybee takes little honey from each and every flower. That is called as Madhukara. Very little bit from every flower. Doesn't sit at one flower and take everything from one flower. That is honeybee. So renunciant is supposed to be doing this Madhukari. So in the previous times, it was a very common practice. It was a Vedic practice. The renunciation means never depending on one person. Prabhupada writes, Madhukari is a saintly person or a mendicant who does not accept full meal at one place. He takes little food from each householder so that he doesn't become burden on one householder. And Prabhupada writes that actually Babaji, those who take Babaji Diksha, for them this Madhukari is must. They can't just depend on one home, one householder. But unfortunately, in Vrindavan, there are so many beggars. They have come, and in the name of being sages, sadhus, they are just begging and maintaining themselves. They are not following the principles of Sanatana Goswami. A renunciant is supposed to absorb himself in serving Krishna, remembering Krishna, chanting the names of the Lord, writing something, contributing to the society. That's the purpose of a renunciant. That's the purpose of saintly people. Bhavad Vida Bhagavata Tirtbhuta Sarvambhuva Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantastena Gadavrita. Yudhishthir Maharaj is telling Vidurji, you are pilgrimage place personified. Wherever you go, you give Krishna. You have Krishna in your heart, you give Krishna to everyone. Mahat Vichalanam Nrinam Grihinam Dina Chetasam Nishreyasaya Bhagavan Kalpate Nanyata Kvachit. The great souls, Mahat, they travel for the welfare of people in general. Nishreyasaya Bhagavan Kalpate. They have no other purpose to travel. They don't travel for begging. They travel for enlightening. It is described Shukadeva Goswami who would stay at one place only for the time of a cow being milked. That's all. And meanwhile, he would speak Harikatha. He would enlighten the householder. And he would take little milk and then he would move on. So Sanatana Goswami is saying, why should I stay at one place? Prabhupada writes, people, they try to imitate Sanatana Goswami by doing begging, but they don't follow the principles by which Sanatana Goswami was living. We have heard in the previous chapter, when the devotees, they would return from Vrindavan, they would tell Mahaprabhu and his associates how Swarup and Sanatana were living. They would stay at one tree at every night, different tree at every night. They would eat little bit. They would sometimes sleep only 1.5 hours. And sometimes that is also not there. Always absorbed in hearing, chanting, discussing, writing. So nobody can imitate Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami. Impossible. So therefore, it is better to accept food offered to Krishna in the temple and then take prasad, rather than trying to imitate Sanatana Goswami and just become a beggar. A devotee follows the principle of Yukta Ahar, Yukta Vihar, Yukta Cheshtasya Karmasu, Yukta Swapnavabodhasya Yogo Bhavati Dukkha. A devotee knows how to balance everything, how to balance eating, sleeping, recreation. In this way, Yogo Bhavati Dukkha. One can live in this world without being disturbed by the moods. So that is a ideal devotee. Mahaprabhu, when he was informed that, oh, Sanatana Goswami is not taking prasad at this Brahmana's place and he is doing Madhukari, he felt unlimited happiness. So Mahaprabhu may not tell all these things directly to Sanatana Goswami, but when he would hear that, he would become very, very happy. As a part of a devotional service, when we do some extra devotional service, that pleases the Lord. When we are very strict in following the principles, that pleases the Lord. We have heard in the previous chapters when Mahaprabhu, he was leaving for Vrindavan, Gadadhar Pandit, he wanted to come with him. And Mahaprabhu said, you have taken a vow, Kshetra Sannyas. Gadadhar Pandit says, Kshetra Sannyas Mora Jaukar Rasatal. To help with my vow, say Kshetra Sannyas. Wherever you are, that place is Nilachal, Jagannath for me. Mahaprabhu, internally he was happy, but externally he didn't allow this. Prabhu lagi dharma karma chhade bhakta gan bhakta dharma hani Prabhu na hoye sahan. For sake of the Lord, devotees are ready to give up dharma and karma, but the Lord cannot tolerate this. Seva pratigya chhadi. Mahaprabhu says you are leaving your seva and you are leaving your pratigya. You have taken a Kshetra sannyas vow and you are serving Gopinath. How can you leave? So when Mahaprabhu sees his devotees very firm in his principles, he feels very happy. So Mahaprabhu was very happy that Sanatana Goswami is so very strict. But Sanatana Goswami was having this woolen blanket, very, very, very costly looking blanket. And Mahaprabhu was repeatedly looking at that blanket. Sanatana Goswami could understand. And he started thinking how to give up this blanket. He went to bank of Ganga to bathe. There was a Bengali mendicant taking bath. And he had a very torn, old quilt. Sanatana Goswami went to him and he told, can you please do me a favor? You please take this very wonderful, costly blanket, woolen blanket, and you give me your old one, old torn quilt. So this mendicant, Bengali mendicant, he was thinking that he is making fun of me. Who will do that? He said, Oh, sir, you are a respectable gentleman. Why are you joking with me? Why, why anybody would like to trade off his very costly blanket for a torn quilt? Sanatana Goswami said, no, 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 I'm not joking. I'm speaking truth. Please take my woolen blanket and please give me your old quilt. I'll be very, very grateful. So Sanatana Goswami exchanged his quilt, his blanket with that quilt, and he came back, putting that quilt on his shoulder. And then Mahaprabhu saw this. He asked, Sanatan, where is your blanket? Mahaprabhu, he knew everything. He is Paramatma in everyone's heart. He knew what happened. But still he asked, where is your blanket? Sanatana Goswami said, he described the whole story, how he exchanged the blanket with the quilt. Mahaprabhu, he said, I deliberately considered this matter. I have already deliberately considered. And Krishna is so very merciful. He has nullified all your attachments. So why this one attachment should remain between you and Krishna? So Krishna, he didn't want you to maintain this last attachment. So it is so very wonderful that you have given up that blanket. Krishna, he is just like a good physician. As he starts treating a patient, he will make sure that even a last trace of infection is removed from the body of the patient. Krishna is also working very, very sincerely, very, very diligently. Maharaurav hite korile tomaro udhar, kripara samudra Krishna gambhira apar. Maharaurav hite korile. Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami that you are delivered from hellish situations. Kripara Samudra Krishna. Krishna is so very merciful. He is ocean of mercy. And he is Gambhirapar. He is working very gravely to save his devotees. Lord is always making plans. How to bring this devotee closer to me. And he only wants one thing, our sincere practice. When we pray sincerely, then the path of mercy is opened. Then we allow Krishna to work on us. Otherwise, it is difficult for Krishna to work. So our sincerity attracts Krishna's mercy. Prabhupada writes, says, without being disciplined, without being self-controlled, and without being obedient, no one can follow the instructions of spiritual master. And without doing so, no one can go back home, back to Bhagavad. So one should be sincere, obedient, sense-controlled, sincere, serious, and without ulterior motives. That is a very famous statement quoted by Prabhupada. So Mahaprabhu tells that Krishna was thinking why this last attachment should remain. So therefore, it is so very wonderful. Because it is contradictory to have a very costly looking, valuable blanket at the same time practicing Madhukari. It's just like if somebody comes dressed in a very, very costly garments, having all the jewels and diamonds, diamond necklace and pearl necklace and costly rings, and this person is asking for some bakshish. Who will give that? Nobody will take that person seriously. So therefore, Mahaprabhu tells, Dharma hani hoye lok kare upahas. If you go around for begging with this woolen blanket, which is so very valuable, dharma hani hoye. One will lose his spiritual strength by doing this, and loka kare upahas, and people will make fun of you. You will become the object of jokes. So a devotee should be very, very careful how he or she behaves in public. so that they don't become an object of joke. They are not uh, laughed upon. Their actions, their behavior, their words should be in line with devotional principles. So Mahaprabhu, as he spoke that, Sanatana Goswami was so very grateful. गोसाई कहे कंडिला को विषय भोग तार इच्छाए गेलम और शेष विषय रोग. Sanatana Goswami says, you have destroyed my ku-vishaya bhog. You have saved me. Ye khandila ku-vishaya bhog. You have saved me from hellish materialistic life. You have brought me, I was absorbed in working for Nawab Hussain Shah, doing all wrong things, associating with malicious. It was like hellish existence. You have saved me, and now whatever last attachment was remaining, shesha, tar ichhaye gela mora shesha vishaya ro. Whatever attachment was remaining, you have removed that also. That's how merciful you are, oh my Lord. And then Sanatana Goswami started inquiring Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Sanatana Goswami, as he began inquiring, Mahaprabhu, he bestowed how he could inquire such wonderful questions. That is not ordinary. Nobody can ask nice questions unless one is blessed by the Lord. That is very important in this theme. प्रसन्न होइया प्रभु तारे कृपा कोइला तार कृपाए प्रश्न करिते तार शक्ति होइला. प्रसन्न होइया प्रभु तारे कृपा कोइला, because Mahaprabhu was pleased with him and Mahaprabhu bestowed mercy on him. That's why Sanatana Goswami was empowered by the mercy of the Lord to ask right questions. तार कृपाए प्रश्न करिते तार शक्ति होइला. To ask also right type of questions, it requires mercy of the Lord. Varyaneshate prashna krito lokahitam nripa atmavid samyata punsam shrotavyadishu yappara. And Parikshit Maharaj asked questions. Shukdev Goswami says, your questions are glorious because they are for the welfare of everyone. They are about Krishna. Nobody can inquire unless one is bestowed mercy by Krishna. So Lord's mercy is required at every step. To ask question also one requires mercy. Right type of questions. Great questions. The glorious questions. Not ordinary questions, the glorious questions. Questions of Sanatana Goswami, they were so glorious. They formed the basis of all the Krishna conscious philosophy spoken by Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Questions of Parikshit Maharaj were so glorious that entire Bhagavatam came out. Questions of Arjuna were so glorious that Krishna spoke entire Bhagavad Gita. So it is all by the mercy of the Lord that one can do anything. Matchakarthang matstotram matkatapyudayankitam yadava tapasite nishtha saesha madanugraha. When Brahma he did tapasya in the beginning of the creation, Lord appeared and Brahmaji is offering prayers. So the Lord told Brahmaji, you remember you heard tapa, tapa. Who spoke those words? It's like I spoke. Who gave you faith to believe in those words? I gave. Who gave you strength to do tapasya? I gave. And now I have appeared and you are offering prayers. Who is giving you intelligence to offer these prayers? Lord said, I am giving. So what is your credit? You are not doing anything by your own endeavor. Mat saesha, mat anugraha. It is all happening by my mercy. In first canto of Bhagavatam, it comes when Arjun, he comes back dejected. He could not save the wives of Krishna. He's telling Yudhishthir Maharaj, this is the same Gandiva. same arrows, same chariot, same horses, and the same warrior. But still I could not do anything. Everything has become null and void because Krishna is left. It is as if somebody has put ashes, somebody has put oblations in ashes. If somebody puts oblations in ashes, nothing will happen. If somebody puts seed in the barren land, it will not grow. If somebody moves just a magic wand in air, nothing will come out. तद्वै धनुष्टैषवरथो हयास्ते सोऽहं रथे नृपतयस्तदानमन्ति सर्वं क्षणेन तदभूदसदीशरिक्तं भस्मं भूतं कुहकरात्तमिवोक्तुमुष्याम्. It is all become null and void. Prabhupada writes in that purport, one should not be proud of the borrowed plumes. We have nothing. Nothing belongs to us. Paurusham, Rishu, all our strength, capabilities, they are all given by Krishna. Even to ask questions, one requires Krishna's mercy. So, Tara Kripaye Prashna Korite Tara Shakti Hoila. Viraj Goswami says, by the Lord's mercy, Sanatana Goswami received the spiritual strength to inquire from him. He gave an example. Kaviraj Goswami gives an example. Just like formerly, Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Vidyanagar and he met with Ramanand Rai. And Ramanand Rai, Mahaprabhu asked Ramanand Rai so many wonderful questions. And Ramanand Rai answered such wonderfully. But he says, I am just a puppet in your hands. Ami nat tumi sutradhar. You are making me dance, oh my Lord. You are making me speak. हृदय प्रेरणा कर जिह्वाय कराओ वाणी की कहिए भालमंद किच्छु न जानिए. Whatever I am speaking is by your mercy, my Lord. I don't know any of these. Whatever I am speaking, you are making me speak all this. So devotee is always aware that whatever I am able to do is by Lord's mercy. There Kaviraj Goswami begins that chapter by beautiful verse. संचार्य रामा विद भक्ति मेघे स्वभक्ति सिद्धांत चयामृतानि गौराब्धिरेतैरमुना वितीर्णै तद्ज्ञात्वा रत्नलयास् प्रयाति रत्नालयतां प्रयाति. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he is an ocean of devotion, ocean of all the bhakti siddhanta. And Ramanandra is like that cloud. Sancharya Rama with bhakti meghe. So the cloud gets the water from the ocean only. So cloud is charged by the ocean only. Similarly, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the ocean of the conclusive knowledge of devotional service, he charged Ramanand Rai. He gave mercy to Ramanand Rai and empowered him with all the devotional principles. Swabhakti Siddhanta Chayamritani. This cloud of Ramanand Rai was filled with the water of conclusive purports of devotional service coming from Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And then the clouds, after they are charged, they are filled with water. They shower their waters where? On the ocean only. Gaurabdhiraitai Yamuna Vitirnai. So Ramanandra is answering, giving all the conclusions to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, from whom he has taken this water. And because of this rains coming from the cloud of Ramananda Rai, the ocean of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Ratnalayatam Prayati, became filled with the jewels of the knowledge of pure devotional service. So just like Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu empowered Ramanand Rai to answer. He empowered Sanatana Goswami to question. Without the mercy of Lord, nothing is possible. Krishna Swarupa Madhuryai Varya Bhakti Rasashrayam Tattvam Sanatanayeshai Kripayopadeshaha. Krishna Swarupa Madhurya. So Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, when Sanatana Goswami asked so very wonderful questions, he personally instructed Sanatana Goswami on Krishna Swarupa Madhurya. He revealed the Lord's real identity, his beauty. He told about the conjugal love. He told about Varya Bhakti, Aishwarya Bhakti Rasashrayam. He explained the mellows of devotional service. He explained all the wonderful opulences of the Lord, Aishwarya, Bhakti Rasa Ashrayam. And all these truths were explained by his causeless mercy. Sanatana Goswami, he put a straw in between his teeth. Putting a straw between his teeth was a symptom of humility in those times. That I have nothing else but to surrender. I don't know anything. It is utter humility. Sanatana Goswami, he put a straw between his teeth, fell down at the feet of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and he spoke, expressed his fallen condition. नीच जाति नीच संगी पतिताधम विषय कूपे पड़ी गुणाइनु जनम. Niche Jati, I'm born in a low class family. I associated with all the low class people. Niche Sangi, Patita Adham, I am most fallen. Kuvishaya Kupe Padi Guainu Janam. I wasted my life in the useless pursuit of all the material enjoyment. Srila Prabhupada clarifies that actually Sanatana Goswami was not born in a low class family. He was born in a very high class Saraswata Brahmana family. One of the most respected Brahmana families, communities. But because he started serving Nawab Hussain Shah, not willingly, he was forced to do that. So therefore, he is considering himself fallen. Oh, I am Nicha Jati, Nicha Sangi, Patita Adham. This mood of humility is consistent in devotees. When first time Rup Sanatan, they met Mahaprabhu, they said the same thing. Nicha Jati, Nicha Sangi, Kori Nicha Kaj, Tomaro Agrete Prabhu Kahite Vasilaj. We are ashamed to stand in front of you, my Lord. Because we have associated with Malechas. Malecha Jati, Malecha Sevi, Kori Malecha Karma, Go Brahmana Drohi Sange Amara Sangama. We are associated with Malechas. We have become Malecha. We are doing wrong things. We are associating with those who are killers of Go and Brahmanas, cows in the Brahmanas. This humility attracted the mercy of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And he tells that when he reaches back to Jagannath Puri, he tells, I met these two brothers, Dui Bhai Bhakta Raja Krishna Kripa Patra, Vyavahare Rajamantri Hoye Rajapatra. Oh, these two brothers, they are the objects of Krishna's mercy. Dui Bhai Bhaktaraj, they are the greatest of the devotees. And they are very expert ministers. Vyavahare Rajamantri, Rajapatra, but Vidya, Buddhi, Bhakti Bale Parama Praveen, Tabu Apana ke mane trina hoitahin. But they are expert in their knowledge, their intelligence, their devotion, their strength. But still they consider themselves fallen, more fallen than a blade of grass. Trina hoitahin. Here Sanatana Goswami is speaking the same mood. Nicha Jati, Nicha Sangi, Patito Adam, Uvishaya Kupe Padi Guainu Janam. I wasted my life in the useless pursuit of material enjoyment. Prabhupada writes, he takes some tattva from this understanding. Sanatana Goswami, what is he saying? I associated with malechas, therefore I have become fallen. Prabhupada writes. This statement about how one can become fallen in this material world is made by the greatest authority in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Sanatana Goswami is the highest authority. He is himself saying, I associated with malechas, I wasted my time, I have become fallen. So the more one associates with sinful people, materialistic people, the more one becomes fallen. That's why it is always mentioned that a devotee should be very, very careful not to associate with Vishaya and Vishayi. It is better to be in a pit full of snakes than to associate with Vishaya and Vishayi. Because snakes, the poison of the snake will kill this one body. But association of Vishaya and Vishayi will kill us life after life. निष्किञ्चनस्य भगवद्भजनोन्मुखस्य पारं परं जिगिमशोर्भवसागरस्य सन्दर्शनं विषयिणामथयोषितां च हा हन्त हन्त विषभक्षणतोऽप्यसाधु. Prabhupada writes, actually, currently, the whole world is fallen. Whole world is into materialistic life. But however fallen they may be, if they submit to Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, they will be saved. Sanatana Goswami is showing by his personal example, although he is very exalted, greatest of the great acharyas, he is showing by his example how even if somebody is most fallen, somebody takes shelter of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, they can be delivered. Sanatana Goswami tells, to my Lord, I don't know anything. What is my welfare? आपनार हिताहित किछुई न जानी ग्राम्य व्यवहारे पंडित सत्य करिमानी. I don't know what is good for me. आपनार हित अहित किछुई न जानी. I don't know what is good for me. I don't know what is bad for me. But when people, they glorify me, they consider me as a great scholar. And I also accept that. Satya Karimani. I also think, yes, I am a great scholar. I am a very learned person. That is the illusion of this world. People, they glorify us for their own personal sense gratification in the material world. It's like there is a very wonderful subhashit. One time there was a marriage of a camel going on. And in the marriage of the camel, they invited a donkey for orchestra. पुष्ट्रस्य विवाहेषु गर्दभस्य गायनं परस्परं प्रशंसन्ति अहो रूपं महोध्वनि. So donkey started singing, oh, you are looking so beautiful, aho rupam. And the donkey says, and the camel says, oh, you are singing so nicely, aho dhvani. So that is the glorification of this world. He says, Gramya Vyavahare Pandit Satyagurimani. I am accepting it as truth. I don't know what is good for me. So therefore, oh my Lord, please be merciful. Kripa kori yadi more koriya che uddhar. Apana kripate koho kartavya amar. Oh my Lord, please be merciful to me and please deliver me from this materialistic path. By your causeless mercy, please tell me kartavyamar. What is my duty? What I am supposed to do? I don't know. Who am I? I don't know why I am suffering. Sanatana Goswami asks 4 questions. Keyami ke niyamar jareta patray. Iha nahi jani ke mane hit hoye. First question he asks, Keyami. Who am I? Second question, Kene amare jareta patray. Why I am suffering all these threefold miseries in this world? Adi bhautika, adi atmika, adi daivika. Why? I don't know. all this, if I don't know all this, how will I be benefited? Because these are the real questions of life. That is Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Who am I? Unless we ask this question, all the other questions, they are not beneficial in the long run. Prabhupada would tell everyone in this world is asking questions. As soon as the morning dawn happens, the birds, they start chirping. What are they asking for? They are asking questions. But what is their question? Where is food? Where is food? Where is food? Everybody in this world is inquiring. Our inquiries, they determine our consciousness. Ordinary people, they ask about eating, sleeping, mating, defending. They can't ask anything more than that. So the questions, they define a person. Our inquiries define us. What type of inquiries we are doing? Because we can't live without inquiring. We have to inquire about the right things. If we are not inquiring about the right things, we will get answers accordingly. If we are asking about the things of the world, we will get answers accordingly. So we have to ask the highest questions. What should we ask? Prahlad Maharaj told his friends, don't ask about how to enjoy this world. Happiness is available in all species of life. Sukamaindriyakam daitya dehinam deha yoginam sarvatra labhyate daivad yatha dukkhamayatnata. Just like happiness is available, just like misery comes without being asked for, happiness will also come. Why are you inquiring how I can become happy? Then what I should inquire? One should inquire how to achieve the lotus feet of Krishna. तत्प्रयासो न कर्तव्यो यथा आयु वयपरम न तथा विन्दते क्षेमं मुकुंद चरणाम्बुजम. That is the highest inquiry. So Sanatana Goswami is asking highest question. Who am I? Why I am suffering? Animals can't ask these questions. Why I am suffering? Prabhupada writes, in this world, the three types of miseries, they always entrap us. He explains the bhautika, the atmika, the daivika miseries. They are at every step. Param padam yat vipadam. Every step there is danger. So we should ask why I am suffering, how I can get out of this. No other questions are worth. We should endeavor only for this purpose, nothing else. Tasyeva heto prayateta kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam pariyadaha tallabhyate dukkhavadanyata sukham kalena sarvatra gabhira ramhasa. There is only one purpose one should endeavor for. Prayateta. That which is not available in all the 14 planetary systems. Chance to serve Krishna. Try to achieve that end of liberation while being in this material world. So the first two questions, who am I? Why I am suffering? The next two questions he asks, Sadhya sadhana tattva puchite na jani, kripa kari sab tattva kahata apani. He asks about what is sadhya and what is sadhan. I don't know what is the goal and what is the process. Because unless one knows the goal of life and unless one knows the process to achieve the goal, it's all useless. So therefore, oh my Lord, by your mercy, please reveal all these truths to me. Sadhya and sadhan. I don't know what is it. So Mahaprabhu, before answering all these wonderful questions, the answer to these four questions, they form the entire rest of the chapter. First, Mahaprabhu appreciates Sanatana Goswami. He says, oh Sanatana Goswami, you know all these truths. You are beyond all these three modes. But you are asking for the welfare of people. and you're asking just for strictness. Prabhu kahe Krishna toma, Krishna kripa tomate purna hoye, sab tattva jana tomar nahi tapatre. O my host Sanatana Goswami, Krishna kripa tomate purna hoye. You have received full mercy of Krishna. Who is telling? Lord himself. It is not an ordinary conversation going on between two sadhakas or neophyte devotees or no. Supreme Lord is himself telling Krishna kripa tomate purna hoye. You have received full mercy of Krishna. And you know everything about this. Sabatattva janatumi. Tukmar nahe tapatra. You don't have all these threefold miseries. That means you don't suffer because of these threefold miseries. Tapatrayon mulanam. A devotee is beyond all these threefold miseries. That means a devotee never suffers. Devotee may go through all these troubles of this material world, but he is not disturbed by it. That is the level of a liberated soul. That's how Srila Prabhupada has shown by his example. Traveling at the age of 70, 2 heart attacks, at paralysis, joint pains. He had really difficult situation, but equipoised. The last months, Prabhupada was not eating anything. He was practically a bag of skin and bones. So devotees, they called one a physician and he examined Prabhupada and said, your spiritual master is a liberated soul. He said, I have seen many people in this situation and they have to be given morphine because the pain is so intolerable. But your Guru Maharaj is not expressing any pain. That is a pure devotee. So Nahe Tapatre, he says, Mahaprabhu tells, Krishna Kripa Dharat, Krishna Shakti Dharatumi, Jana Tattva Bhava, Jani Dadhya Lagi Puche, Sadhura Swabhava. You know everything. Krishna Tattva Tumi Jani. You have received all the mercy of Krishna. Krishna Kripa Shakti Dhara. You have received the potency of Krishna. You have received mercy of Krishna. But you are still asking why? Dadhya Lagi. This is very important. This happens, many times some senior devotees, they ask some questions and you feel, ये तो normal question पूछ रहे हैं. Dadhya Lagi. Just for the sake of strictness. To hear again and again. One should never ever feel that now I am beyond Maya. One should be very alert. Never trust the mind. Never been overconfidence कि अब तो हो जाएगा. No. Dadhya Lagi. Always. It is the nature of sadhu swabhav. It is the nature of sadhus to inquire for their own personal strictness. Dadhya Lagi. Mahaprabhu quotes a verse from Naradiya Puran, which is quoted in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu later by Rupa Goswami. Achiradev sarvartha siddhyatyesham avipsita swadharmasyavabodhaya yesham nirbandhini mati. Achirad eva siddhartha siddhyati. Certainly, very soon one achieves the desired goal of life. Who achieves? Sad dharmasya avabodhaya. Those who are eager to attain. Those who are eager to awaken spiritual development, advancement, consciousness. And nirbandhini mati. Those who have unflinching, undeviated intelligence. For them, they very soon attain the desired goal of life. So it is our responsibility to keep our intelligence steady, always focused, always eager. And our eagerness is expressed through our prayers. Mahaprabhu tells, Yogya patra ho tumi bhakti pravartaite क्रमे सब तत्व न कहिए तो माते, you are qualified to propagate this principle and cult of devotional service. Therefore, I shall explain everything to you. Please hear it. And then Mahaprabhu starts describing the answers to the questions of Sri Sanatana Goswami. So we'll stop here. We'll continue next time. Hare Krishna. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Sri Sanatana Goswami ki jai, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.